good morning, and how are you guys doing today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. Welcome to another episode of F2F. And today, what we're doing is I'm going to show you how to calculate your daily caloric requirements step by step, and then using the Nutritionix app in detail to put in your goals as well as your food and food planning even for the next day. All right, so keep yourselves tuned in, grab your popcorn and your favorite drink, sit down, and let's go through this thing together. All right, so first and foremost, before we go to the app, actually, we should go and jump over to the American Cancer Society's webpage for their calorie counter. Now, mind you, there are other web pages that help you count your calories, but I just so chose the American Cancer Society's webpage. So let's go over and jump over to that.
Okay, so now that we are here at the American Cancer Society's calorie counter page, by the way, if you want the page, the link is down in the description. It's going to be down in the description below for you, okay? Anyway, this is where we will start. So we need to plug in our data so that you can calculate your daily calorie needs, okay? So let's say I'll plug in mine. So I'm a male, 46 years old. And then our weight right now in pounds, I did it this morning, is 148.8. Okay, so it doesn't really let me do a 0.8 for that one. So we will just go ahead and plug in 149 pounds for now. Because this is an American website, they are using the imperial system instead of the metric system. So I am 5 foot 5 inches. And my activity level right now, I'd say moderate or vigorous. Brisk walking, mowing the lawn. I'd say probably you could say moderately active. Okay, I regularly work out, but it's only 3 times a week. I do cardio 30 to 60 minutes a day, totaling to about 5, 10, 15, 6, 12, 18, 7, 14, 21. So maybe 210 minutes a day. So I'd say I am moderately active. I'm not like always jogging, running, swimming, or playing basketball or whatever for the most days, right? And let's hit calculate. So what it's saying right now is to maintain my current weight, I need to have 2,690 calories per day, right? And to bring your weight down my weight down about half a pound a week, I cut down 500 calories a day from there. Okay, and that's where we're gonna jump into the Nutritionix app. Now, just for fun, let's say if I was very active, let's calculate and let's see how much calories do I need. So there's a big jump, 3174 calories per day. Now, if let's say if I was only lightly active, then I'm only 22 calories per day. Now, if you're basically not doing much of anything, no purposeful exercise as it says here, right? So just your daily stuff, cooking, walking, blah, blah, all right? So just activities of daily living, and you put yourself in sedentary, or myself in sedentary. So I need to maintain 2,200, basically 2,200 calories a day. So if I can cut down my calories to just 1,700 a day, I would start losing weight, okay? And that's when I'm sedentary. However, there's a caveat to that. When you're losing weight, again, you lose your fat and your muscle at the same time, unless you are training your muscle and you're watching your diet. And that is why we are going to jump into the Nutritionix app, and I will show you the details on how to use it. So follow along.
And welcome back. So now that we have calculated our caloric daily need, right? So we will jump over to our Nutritionix app right away here on our mobile, and you will see it right on the side of the screen right here, okay? If you haven't seen the intro video to Nutritionix yet, you might want to check it out. I will put it up on the top right corner over here. But otherwise, let's jump right in. Okay, so first things first, let's go over to the preferences here. And there are 2 ways to get to the preferences, either in the menu right here, all right? Or you can also go to the preference down at the bottom right there. So it'll give you the same thing. You can put in your profile right here and put it in your weight and height and everything else. Now, speaking of weight, today I officially did my weigh-in for March 1st, and I have gained quite a bit of weight. So let's go ahead and do that. So I weighed 148.8 pounds. So I've gained quite a bit from 141 point something. I think 141.6 in January at the very start. because of the holidays and lots of good eats. And also, I haven't mentioned yet, I am bulking right now. All right, so building some muscle, trying a different set of strategies. All right, so I did the cutting last year, and now I'm starting to bulk and build more muscle. So I gained quite a bit, but together with the muscle, unfortunately, fat came in as well. So we're gonna cut down on that one again in the coming future. Anyway, let's go back to this thing now. And as you can see, when I plugged in my weight, it automatically converted it into kilograms, so which is very, very convenient. So if you can weigh yourself in kilograms or in pounds and you plug it in, and you will find the equivalent in here. So now, right now, it's already the middle of the day. So I am actually, I've eaten my breakfast and all that other stuff. Okay, so we will plug it in today and we shall see. Okay, now going back to the preferences, we go to our profile. Now it's changed the weight to 67.49 and it updates on its own, as you can see. All right, so you just plug in your weight and your everything else in there. And on that note, when you go to your daily calorie preferences, it'll now show you it'll show you something much different though from the one that was shown on the American Cancer Society website, as you saw. But here, with my current weight of 67.5 and the height of 165, which is 5'5", at 46 years old, it says that my recommended calorie value is actually much lower than what was given at the American Cancer Society's website. So it says to maintain my current weight, my daily calorie value intake would be 1,830 kilocalories. So to lose 0.5 kilograms per week, take note, it's 0.5 kilograms. That equates to about 1 or 1.1 pound a week. I need to maintain a calorie goal of 1,330. Right? And then to gain 0.5 kilograms of weight per week, then I bump it up to 2,330. So basically 500 calories off to lose 1 pound a week and 500 calories up above from the maintenance weight that's suggested. Okay, so I plugged in right now. My daily calorie limit is 1,300. But actually, I am going to change that right now to 1,800 right now, because I am trying to maintain, well, ideally, it's going to be a lean bulk. So at the start of February, I was eating quite a bit more. And plus, the foods from the holidays, it kind of made me gain much more weight than I normally would. And I was eating quite a bit more than I normally would. But for the month of March, I am going to do a lean bulk and we'll keep it at maintenance calories. But the difference is we're going to do more exercises, weightlifting and cardio, so that we get that extra calorie burn. Okay, so now that this one is set, and as it says, you see here, there's a disclaimer, of course. So anyway, let's go ahead and save those changes. And now we're back to the main, or the dashboard here. This is the main dashboard. If you need to go back any day, then you just hit the back button. If you want to go into a future date, you can hit that, or you can pull up the calendar. Actually, you go to stats to pull up the calendar and you can go to any which day you want, but we're going with today. Okay, so that said, once you've set your preferences, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and put in our food for the day. Now, there are a couple of ways, actually there are 3 ways. If you have voice to type input activated, then you can use that to log in your foods. However, one of the more convenient ways is to just use the scan, okay? And that's what we're going to do right now. Is I'm going to scan. Oh, it scans so fast. So I just grabbed this and I put it barely even touched the barcode of the thing, and it immediately grabbed organic matcha Elan. And if you want to make sure, by the way, just to show you, it is organic matcha by Elan. So you can, to make sure that you have the right one, you can hit that I on the side, on the right side of the name, and you can expand the photo and you will see what it looks like. Okay, so that's how you do it, and it'll show you the nutrition breakdown, and you can definitely confirm that with what I have here. So nutritional facts or breakdown, I don't know if you can see it on the side here. So it definitely matches. All right, so there we go. Let's go back here. Now, we're not going to add this. That was just a sample input. Now, the nice thing too is when you have it here, okay, we might as well go through this one here. It shows you the protein, the carbs, and the fat right away, which is the breakdown. And let me see. I wonder. Okay, this food has no photo. No. But okay. All right. So now moving on. The other way. Let's clear the basket. Yes, we're gonna clear the food. Okay. All right. So the other way to put in your food is by typing it in manually. Okay. So once you put in the cursor on the field, it will immediately show your most recent food items. Okay. So if you're eating something repetitively or regularly during the day, or even in a couple of days or so, then you'd see them right here. And these are the foods that I have eaten most recently. Okay. So if you know what you have eaten, let's say I made some broccoli salad this morning. So let's put in broccoli. You can put in a few letters. So brock, and then it was a nature's touch or nature's something. Let's see. And if we scroll down, we can go to branded foods right here. Or you can also, on the top, there are tabs and we can go to branded. So it filters just showing all the branded foods. And there it is, nature's touch, florets. Okay. And again, hit the eye. We can confirm with the photo. Right. Now with this one, instead of changing the amount first, let's say I measure my food every time. So I don't go by cups and stuff like that. So I measure it by weight. So what I did, and the best thing to do is change the measurement to grams. Always change the measurement units first before you change the measurement unit amount. So I had 200 grams of that. Now let me just quickly show you what happens if you put in the numbers first before changing your units. So right now it says 1 cup. So if I put in my units that I had 200 grams, and then I change the unit after, then the number reverts back. And that's why you would want to change the unit of measurement first before you put in your actual amount. All right, so that said, you'll see the breakdown of the total calories and the grams protein, carbs, and fat. Now, it's also wise to change if you're putting it in this way. It's best to change the when or the time of day. If it's today, you can choose yesterday, today, or choose a specific date. This will come up here. Even you can plan years ahead, but we're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. All right. So anyway, just showing you that you can do that. So we'll choose today, and I had it this breakfast. Okay. And once you've got that set, you can add in the rest of the food that you had. So I had whole and line tuna. Okay. So let's see where it's at. It's oceans. Whole and line or maybe it's better if to target that one, it's better to type in oceans, which is the brand of the tuna that I used, oceans tuna, and it will prioritize showing you all the oceans tuna that it has. Okay. It will go to oops. So if you happen to make a mistake like this, you can always swipe to the left and delete it, and then you put in a new one. Let's go oceans. Let's go to oceans. Now, if I had the can right here with me, it would have been much easier and faster. However, I already threw the can, and that was the last can of tuna that I had. So, anyhow, okay, let me see. I believe it's this one. Let me take a look at the photo. So again, this is how you confirm. And yeah, oceans full and line, yellow fin, all right, tuna. So I had 111 grams drained. All right, so we put it in, and immediately you see that. Okay, and what else did we have? Those are the main ingredients, but I also had a salad topper. So it's the Nature Source Organic Salad Topper. We had 30 grams of that. And we had yogurt. So I had Oikos, actually, we'll put in yogurt. And we had the vanilla, Oikos vanilla yogurt, 120 grams of that. Then we put in some salt, just a little bit of salt, right? And we add some pepper, so ground pepper, just a little bit of ground pepper. And then we also added honey, which is the one from Kirkland, honey meal. And there was only 15 grams of that. And then, we had mango chunks, frozen mango chunks from Milk on the Move, all right? So we had 100 grams of that. And then an onion. So onion, So the onion here, I just had a generic onion. There wasn't any branch or whatnot, so I had some yellow onions with that. And that was 106 grams. I weighed it, chopped it, and diced it to go with this delicious broccoli mango salad. And all right, so that was pretty much my breakfast for today, Log9 Foods. And you will see it's all down there. It shows you the breakdown here. If you click on the eye on the side of that breakfast heading, you will see it's a total of 586 calories, and the breakdown is right there for you. Fat, proteins, and all. So we had 47.4 grams of protein with that breakfast. But not only that, I had my morning power drink. So it comprised of lemon ice cubes. Well, can't really choose lemon ice cubes, but it was 32 grams of blended lemon into an ice cube, right? Or into ice cubes, I should say. And then there was the cider vinegar, apple cider vinegar. So I put cider, and I'm using Mother Earth's, so 2 tablespoons. So that's roughly 30 cc's. All right, and let's log in. Oh, there was a pinch of salt as well. All right, so that's the first thing I drink in the morning, every morning. So there was a pinch of salt in there. Log it for breakfast. Okay. And that's pretty much how you do your basic entry for the breakfast. Okay. And then you'll see the breakdown here if you click on the eye. All right. And now right at the top, you will see right below the date, you will see your total calorie intake for the day. And based on your target, it's also showing you the remaining calories and the calories burned. So now right after breakfast, I did some exercise. So we can go down to exercise and click on that. Now the same thing, it'll show you your most recent exercises. Now I did 15 minutes of walking ahead of time. And then after that, I did 33, no, not 33. You can modify it. So I didn't do 33 minutes, but I did 36 minutes of extra walking. That was my interval walking. All right. So we put in 36 minutes of walking, and it calculates that as a negative because now that's the calories that you've burned. And if you go up top, you will see on your total calorie intake, now it appears as 226 calories burned, and it automatically deducts those calories from your total calories of the day. And you will see that in the remaining calories now, I have 1430. But we all know it doesn't really work that way. But it gives you a good idea if you're really burning enough, or I should say enough calories, but if you're burning a lot of calories to help lower your calorie intake for the day, okay? All right, now that said, there's also a snack section here. So right after breakfast and after I did my exercises, oh, before we forget, so we'll go to the water section here. Excuse me. So the water section, I drank 500 mils at the start of the morning with my lemon and cider drink. And then while doing the exercises, I drank 250 cc's of water. And then after that, I drank an extra 250 cc's of water. So that makes for 1 liter so far at the moment. Actually, I drank 500 ml more. We might as well put that in. So now I'm at 1.5 liters. I'll be eating lunch shortly here after we make this video. Anyway, now that said, I had a snack of chickpeas. By the way, don't forget to check out, we will have chickpea videos for you, also known as garbanzo beans. Chickpea, so chickpeas. All right, chickpea. So again, you can choose your chickpeas here. If it's branded, then let's see if Suraj is here. And yep, it is absolutely here. So dried chickpeas. And with this one, again, I calculated it in grams, and I actually had 55 grams of dried chickpeas. Okay, oops, sorry. So if you made a mistake like this, instead of lunch, I actually had it for my snack. What you can do is hit that button or hit the item and hit the little pencil icon to the right, and you can change it right there. You can modify even the grams or whatnot. The only thing you cannot modify is the item itself, okay? If that happens, then you delete it and just put a new entry in. Okay, aside from that, so from here, you can delete it. I'm not gonna do that. Or you can also copy it, okay? So anyway, let me save those changes first. We don't want to lose it. Okay, and when you copy it, it automatically goes back to this one here, the basket. But we don't, now just for the sake of showing you, I'm gonna log it for breakfast because we copied it. And now as you can see, now there's a chickpea here on the breakfast, but we're going to delete that because we don't need that. So that's one way to delete it. But a faster way to delete an item is, again, just swipe All right, so you can, when you swipe left, you can actually copy or delete the item, but in this case, we're going to delete that one. Okay, so there we go. So AM snack, we had those chickpeas. So now, if you wanted to check, there's two ways to check your daily intake, the summary. At the very end of this, if you scroll up and at the very end, you will see there's a little pie chart icon. It says view daily summary. And if you hit that, so it's going to show you the daily, this is the daily breakdown of your nutrition fact. So far right now, I have taken in 793.6 calories in total, 15.3 grams of fat, only 2.3 grams of saturated fat though. So there's a difference with the fats that you're taking in. What you need to watch out for are saturated fats. Those are the ones that you need or you would want to avoid. Okay, now aside from that, you can see our protein intake is now 59.8 grams, which is great. Carbohydrates were at 38%. Now take note at our dietary fiber. It's 18.6 grams right now. Now there is a little bit of added sugars. Now for the sugars, generally speaking, the sugars itself, the natural sugars, you don't really want to worry about it. It's the added sugars that you'd want to watch out for, okay? But that's another discussion for another video. All right, but like I said, more importantly, dietary fiber, 18.6 grams. So we're about more than half now. The recommended daily for adults at my age is 35 and 38 grams. So right now, 18.6, that's looking pretty good. So it's about 66% of our daily fiber intake. And if you want to see your micronutrients, you come down here and you just click on that drop down arrow and it'll show you all this. Now, the only thing here is it's not really showing the daily percentages of these vitamins and minerals or micronutrients that you're taking in. It would be nice if they would show it, okay? So in the future, I will show you a different app that has that kind of visual feature. So anyway, so right now, let's hide that. You can modify your daily calorie limit right here on this screen, but we don't want to do that because we want to keep it at 1800 right now. Okay, so now that that's that, what we're gonna do is, let's say we're planning ahead for our meal, and I want to say, let's go, and this is the same thing that you're going to do if you are planning ahead. Let's say if you just need to change the date, let's say you go to tomorrow and you can add in your meal that way, but we're just going to do it for a dinner today. So dinner, I just want a light dinner. And so let's say maybe we'll just do some dessert type of dinner. So we'll go with my typical dessert dinner. I get 100 grams of whole frozen blueberries. And then I go with 200 grams of the Oikos Vanilla Greek yogurt. And then maybe, just maybe, because as you'll see with okay, you can go to the basket to go back to what you're putting in. So as you can see, it's only 18 grams of protein for tonight. So that's not much. And it's fairly low in calories. It's only 200 grams. So let's add in some cottage cheese. Oh, it was actually already there. There we go, the cottage cheese. Maybe we'll have 60 grams, and you can always readjust all of these, right? So 25 grams protein, a little more than earlier. So we'll log it in as multiple foods today, dinner, everything checks out, and log 3 foods. And now you will see it appears as our dinner for tonight. All right. And you can always modify that, always have that option to modify it, delete it, copy, and whatnots. Okay. Now, if let's say for lunch, which I will be having shortly, I would have my skinless chicken breast that I baked. Skinless chicken breast. All right, there we go. Let's say we'll have 80 grams of that. And then we'll go with our earthbound spinach. Earthbound spinach. There we go. Sorry, not that one. So there you go. I just made a mistake, but I can always delete it. And let's type that again, earth spinach. You can also just type in a few letters and you'll see Earthbound Farms baby spinach organic. So I got 50 grams of that. And then we have, I think they don't have concierto here. Concierto. Okay, so they don't have it. So in this case, I will just go with my grape tomatoes. Grape tomatoes, 100 grams of that. And then our salad topper, nature source, 30 grams of that for later. This is kind of my go-to meal if I don't want to think about anything. So it gives me a nice 32 grams of protein, only 17 grams of carb. All of these, it's only 325 calories. Okay, so that's great for our lunch. And let's put it in and let's see now with all these plugged in, we can check out our breakdown. So it gives me 4.4 grams of fiber with that. Then let's see. So right now I am at 117 grams of protein. 153 grams of carbs with 32 grams of fat. And I still have a remaining of 660 grams or 660 calories for the day. So I'm only at 1366 right now. But then again, my protein intake is only 117. So what we're gonna do is over here at dinner time, I might have a snack, maybe a protein bar, or I can make a protein shake if I wanted to. The one thing that I would check for myself right now is because I need to watch over my saturated fat and cholesterol intake. Is my cholesterol right now is 149.6. Now my upper limit is 200 milligrams because I have a cholesterol issue. But if you don't have any cholesterol problems or whatnots, you can go as high as 300 milligrams for the day based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Okay, but mind you, make sure before you start any diet, and anything we say here, this is for education purposes only and how to do things. Now I'm showing you how I'm doing things my way for myself. Yours may be totally different, but you can use what I'm using as a base or a pattern for what you do with your own. Okay, now going back to this here, my sodium though is already fairly high now at it's already more than 2 grams. So I'm over by 5% for the day, but that's okay. My blood pressure, I have no issues with my blood pressure, but if you do, then you also have to be mindful of your sodium intake. That, and if you also have electrolyte problems. But me, I don't have that, and I do take a lot of water in, so my kidneys are healthy, my blood pressure is really healthy, so I'm not too worried about that. But take a look at our dietary fiber. It's up to 27 grams now, which is up to 96%. All right, so that's great. I still have room with my added sugars. So let's go back to the main screen here, and let's say, how about for dinner, instead of making this as a dessert, let's add 150 grams of blueberries. Now what I can do is I can make this as a shake, a protein shake. Actually, even if I don't make it as a protein shake, sometimes what I do is I augment. So right now I have Lean Fit chocolate whey protein. I'm not going to use a scoop. Let's just say I'm adding just 20 grams of protein there just to meet my target protein needs. The thing is, protein powders, they do have a lot of cholesterol. So right now, 131 grams of protein, 1471 calorie intake. And let's see, there we go. So as I mentioned, I just added that protein powder, but it bumped my cholesterol to 215.4. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to adjust, and this is what's the nice thing about this. Like I said, when you're planning for your meal, you can make your adjustments. Actually, we will just do 15 grams of that, and you can see here the cholesterol 49.4. Let's save that change, and let's see for the daily summary. That brings our cholesterol just at the boundary of 199. So we will go with that. Okay, so we'll go with that. And 1451, 127. What I can do is actually I can adjust. I can make a lentil wrap, quick and easy lentil wrap. 2 ingredients. Hey, lentils and water. 2 ingredients. You can get it ready in just a few minutes. Okay, which I think I might do tonight. And maybe put in the cottage cheese because I still have so much room within my diet to meet my maintenance. Now you can also share this meal if you want to, like you get a QR code at the very bottom, but we're not going to do that right now. So we're just going to, okay, so I didn't really change it, but rather I am going to add, oh, okay, so here's one way to add a custom recipe that you made. So since we are on the topic, what you would do is go to the menu, you go to your My Recipes, and let's see, where is my lentil? If you're trying to find your lentil wrap quick and easy, you can just search it, type in the few words, so lentil, and hit. All right, and it'll show you all the items that you have saved that has the word lentil in it. And now I see Daddy lentil yogurt. No, not that one. Daddy's lentil wrap. So there we go. All right. So it'll show you that. You can log this in. Or the other way is to log it quickly. You can just swipe left and do a quick log, and it'll put those items here. Just make sure when you go down, it's chosen as a single food recipe, and it's for 4 servings. And I'm gonna have it for dinner later, and we'll log 1 serving, and it's gonna appear right there with your other items right here. Okay, so once it's there, let's go to our daily summary, and 1632.3, not bad at all. And now I've met my daily dietary fiber of 36.8 grams. Isn't that great? Hey, so
So what I'm gonna have for dinner is we'll have this blueberry dessert for dinner, and then my lentil wrap, I will pair that with my cottage cheese, and we can even put in some nice little honey. We don't need much, we just need, and the reason I know the numbers is because I've already made this several times before. So I only need 5 grams, 5 to 6 grams of honey, just a drizzle of honey to balance the taste, a little bit of saltiness from the cottage cheese, and that honey makes for a great filling meal actually, together with that lentil wrap. So that's fantastic. So for today, 1647 calories. And I still have yet to burn because I am planning to do a HIIT exercise later and another set of interval walking, 30 minutes interval walking after each and every meal. So that is gonna be great. All right, so that said, that is how easy it is to use this app. It's very intuitive. You can plan your meal for the day. You can put in your exercise. You can see the breakdown. You can put in your water intake, everything. All right. So pretty much all the basic things that you need. Now, moving on. In future episodes, I'm going to show you how to put in your custom recipes and maybe a custom meal. But before we end this video today, I do want to show you sometimes when you scan a barcode that is not in the database, it will ask you for that item and ask you if whether you want to add the item into the database. So for example, I have here this nice little Ligo sardines from the Philippines. All right, I got this from Superstore. They had it on sale for a while. So what you do, so I'll show you if I hit the barcode scanner, and there we go, we scan the barcode, and this is the window that you'll see. You say, congratulations, you found a product that we do not have in the Nutritionix database. All right, so it's gonna ask you to take a picture. So take a front page package photo. So make sure you see it clearly right down the middle. All right, okay. All right, and if I didn't hit that right because the phone slipped. So let's do that again one more time. All right, there we go. And you hit okay. And then it's gonna ask you to take the nutrition breakdown or the nutritional facts. Here we go. Okay, and there you saw it enhanced it. All right, and you just hit okay, and it will go save that and submit the photos. All right, and it will give you a thank you. Thank you for adding to the Nutritionix database and stuff. Now, I don't mind helping out, especially this also helps me out in the future. If I need to scan this Ligo sardines, then it'll be in the database. It'll be more convenient for me and more convenient for all the other users who are using this free app. Okay. Now, that said, I hope you find this video helpful. And if you do find it helpful, please hit that like button and share this video with other people so that they can also partake in this health and fitness journey that we are doing together. Now, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out our other videos on the channel and subscribe so that you don't miss out on our future uploads. Keep it fit, keep it healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.